What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Superhero Swag. Now, today, what I did is not a full collection video because that would take way too long. But what I wanted to do was show you what the vault looks like when I actually come in here and do what I'm supposed to do and straighten the figures, clean them up, dust off everything. So we're going to go through, this should be probably a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm just going to run through some guys with y'all. I didn't set up the lights complete, so I'm going to be kind of like running in front of the lights. But we got 9 slots. Let me back up and show you what's going on here. So you can see the lights are set up like so, like that. I should turn that one around. Hold on. And boom. All right. And so everything right here is pre Mephisto, pre that new Apocalypse, and pre my 2 Sentinels on pre-order. But this is how I got everything set up. Over here is, you've got drawers of figures that were not included in this. You got just drawers of figures, Waldos and Capes, and Alpha Flight and X-Force. And for those who are new to the channel, the bottom, I never put figures that close to the floor. Never, ever, ever, ever. They're already hard enough to dust. So what I do is I put the boxes down at the bottom, and then I just cycle out the boxes as I get in newer boxes. So if you check that out down there, you'll see, yes, I was a crazy man. I actually forgot to cancel one of my pre-orders, and so I ended up with 2 Maximum Spider-Mans. But everything happens for a reason, and for those that know, they saw that scene that I did in my Spider-Man shorts in the action figure universe. But let's get started and come over here first, where we will see some members of the Dark Avengers. There's Son of Wolverine, Daken. Finally got the upgrade on this guy in the mini comic book wave. And then back here, you've got Totally Awesome Hulk. That is going to be Amadeus Cho. And we've got Sentry. You know about Sentry now because you saw Thunderbolts. There's Norman Osborn as Iron Patriot, taking something from Iron Man and Captain America. And this is actually Black Symbiote Spider-Man, but I have him in the place of the new, where the new Black Spider-Man, Dark Avengers Spider-Man will go when I get that one, because they now have a figure for that. And this is, of course, Carla Sofin, aka Miss Marvel, aka, I cannot remember her actual name. Hop down in the comments because I know I remember the name, but it's not coming to me right now. But that is not Carol Danvers, obviously. And then right here is Lady Bullseye. I love that design because the bullseye on her outfit, her actual outfit is the bullseye. I think that's dope. All right, and then we've got Kang the Conqueror. This was definitely a triumph for Marvel Legends. That time chair and the Kang with the multiple face plates. Yeah. This one right here is one of my, that's like actually an Easter egg for later on in the action figure universe. So we will not divulge the name of that character. Black Panther. There's T'Challa. I love this version of Black Panther because this is the Black Panther that was in the first appearance on the cover of the Fantastic Four. There is Lilandra Normani, better known as Charles Xavier's main squeeze. And there is Miles Morales. And then let's see back here, we've got the Mandarin, brand new. And Henry Peter Gyrick, brand new. That came with my Morph figure from X-Men 97. Still one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes. Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly with that hoodie. I like the way they redid that figure. That's my basically my entire collection now is trying to get the updates. So right there, I know you see Kane, failed clone Spider-Man, like Bizarro Spider-Man, low-key. And then there's Destroyer and Jack-O-Lantern. Still, that figure is just fire, bro. That figure is fire. The head sculpt, the scales, the pumpkins, bro. Stop it. The Beyonder, stupid powerful. If you know, you know. Psycho Man. And there's Crystal and Lockjaw and Karnak. And once again, thank you to Dwight for those two packs. Those are both on pre-order, so we can get the royal family of Adeline all together. Lockjaw is looking good. All right, then we got the leader back here and Red Hulk. There's Mojo. And then there's Ghost Rider. That was a nice pullout right there. Pause. And then there's Rom. And there's Carol Danvers. There's Warbird. I just love that figure because I never thought that they would let us get them cakes. All right, and then there's Odin. And we love this Venom. We are Venom. I love that Venom. Look how big he's just massive. I love it. I love it. Gamerverse. Gamerverse has some hits this year, bro. They had some hits. I love this Wonder Man because my comic book accuracy test brain is just loving the accuracy. Like, good job, Dwight. Good job, Jesse Falcon. Whoever was responsible for it looking this much like the picture in the Marvel's handbook, good job. Great job. Great job. And there's the smaller version of Apocalypse. They've got the big 12-inch version with all of the bells and whistles on Hasbro Pulse right now. Made to order. If you order it, you'll get it. If not, you won't. And Uncle Tim was like, man, 125, bro. Just, you know you want the figure. You said 3 or 4 times that the sculpt and everything was fire. Just get the figure, bro. If you want it, get it. There's Icarus, another comic book accuracy test winner. For real. We got Hulkbuster. Man, that's still a nice figure, bro. That is definitely a nice figure. And I've got my Moon Knight. He's got his cloth cape with the bendy wire. We got Toad right there. That's still a fire figure, bro. Comic book accuracy test winner as well. There's Luke Cage. Back there we got Phantom X, Maestro, Scar, Holocaust, aka Nemesis, but I still call him Holocaust. Wong, Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade. And there's Blob, Dracula next to Blade. Then there's the other Ghost Rider, because back here, that's Danny Ketch. That's Danny Ketch right there. Now this over here, that's Johnny Blaze. That's Johnny Blaze. And then back there is the Orb. That figure is still nuts with just the big eyeball for a head. That's crazy. All right, now let's go down to this level down here. This is where I got a little bit of my Gamerverse all together. The Gargantos staring at you, but not staring at you. A little mini Gargantos. And we've got Blue Venom and my new Morph. That was one of my figures last year that I was like, man, I was happy to get that Sabretooth. I like that Thanos. Because my universe is a little different, so he doesn't have to look exactly like the Thanos from the 616. X-23. Let's see. Uncanny X-Force Wolverine. Horsehair, which is Scott's dad. There's Ultron back there with the Kirby Crackle. There's Deadpool. Marrow. Probably the best Captain America right now is that Gamerverse Captain America with the butterfly joints. If you don't have that, cop that, because it does make a difference. And there's Tarantula. Don't let him kick you, boy. Look at them toes. And we got Thick Lock. Okay, here's another one with the cakes. Cake alert. Cake alert. Cake alert. Cake, 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 cake. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. Oh, man. I had to do it, though. I had to do it. All right. And then there's Cable. And we got Gray Hulk. And back there is Nova. And we got Craven the Hunter. And there's Human Torch. Strong guy. There's Madam Hydra. There's Chameleon and Dr. Doom. There's Frank, the Punisher. Clea, Adam Warlock with the Infinity Gauntlet. And behind him is Silver Surfer. And I like how that light is hitting Blackheart. So you can see the little touches of the purple. And then right there, man, Dragon Man. That boy is nuts. Look at how the paint job is hidden in the eyes and the scales and the wings and whoo, man, that was a good investment. Okay, now back here we got Brother Voodoo, and then there's Franklin Richards, and I've got this thing out here, so I didn't need that thing, but that's Ben Grimm too. That's an old thing actually. He's got finger articulation, toe articulation, and he's actually a really good figure, but it's an old figure, so he doesn't have. I mean, I suppose he has pretty much the same articulation as the other Ben because he doesn't really have ab articulation on a figure like that, unfortunately. And then I've got Savage Namor and Molecule Man, another stupid OP character right there. And then Helverine, which is Wolverine with Ghost Rider powers. Like, come on. Look into my eye. Shrink. Oh man. So yeah. Then you've got Rentra and Valeria Richards and Wolfsbane and Wolverine in his Future Foundation outfit. Come over here and you got Dormammu. I've come to bargain. And Hawkeye. And an Iron Man and Cap. And there's Deathlock and Archangel. And there's Maximum Series Hulk. And there is Ulick the Troll. And Zimnu. MODOK. Captain America Sam Wilson. And there is Gamerverse Miles Morales in the new Spider-Man outfit. That's the outfit that I had him switch to when he became Spider-Man at the end of the game. Because that outfit with the dreads, trash. Okay, just had to say that. And this is that new Iron Man Extremis. New Iron Man Extremis. With the new articulation in the ab articulation. It really makes a difference. There's Bullseye with his crazy butt. and Moondragon. And then we're going to start getting into the last segment here. I'm going to get down here on the floor, and we're going to get down here with Black Knight, Iron Man. It's the Gold Series. There's Beta Ray Bill. There's regular Deadpool, because we saw Uncanny X-Force Deadpool. And then this is one of the other Miles Morales. Like that. Magic. Eddie Brock Black Venom. And then that Agent Venom. Dazzler. There's classic Namor. And there's Scott. Scott's Cyclops' brother. The youngest brother. That's Gabriel Summers. That's Vulcan. Okay, and you've got Alexei Sitsevich. This is the Rhino. And you've got Chode. And there's Maverick back there. Did I already say that? All right, let's go over here with Baron Zemo. Future Foundation Spider-Man, Vision. Son of Satan, Damian Hellstrom. An old school Thor back there. And then there is Ultimate Wolverine, Destiny, Scarlet Witch, Strife, Drax the Destroyer. Yes, that is Drax the Destroyer. That's the comic book Drax. I know y'all used to Dave Bautista. Hey, in the comic book, that boy was big. That boy was big. He was big. Let's see. They're trying to do it. They're trying to do it while I'm on camera. They're doing it. You know, it's hard to actually do an entire video without at least one figure falling. That's just facts. There it is. See? Man down, man down. All right, well, anyway, we're going over here. And we've got Spider-Boy. We've got Eric Lensha, Magneto, and Quicksilver. I love that Quicksilver. I like that head sculpt on Eric, too. That's that X-Men 97. But, yeah, they did a really good job on how they did Eric on X-Men 97 and then bringing that into the head sculpt. Good job. Good job. I don't know if I said it already. There's Strife back there. And then this is... Oh, man, and what is that guy? Fabian Cortez. There we go. The flat scan humans. Yeah, that's that dude. We got Chris there. Secret Wars Doom. Nimrod. There's another Iron Man armor. And then what is this? Fang. That's right. It was a really easy name. Fang. All right. And then over here, I kind of did an X-Men thing. Because you know they're my peoples. They are my peoples for real. And there's Storm starting it off. And Bishop in the back. And there's Kitty Pryde. And I got Uncanny X-Force, Nightcrawler, Hardcore, Phoenix. Got my new. So see, now I can do classic now. I can do classic now, bro. I have the right Cyclops with the right articulation and everything now. This is very good. What I should have did was brought Sunfire out here so I could have had giant size X-Men. That's what I should have did. That's what I should have did. So then we of course we have to have Charles in the jumpsuit in the hover chair. Angel, waited for him for so long. So glad they did finally drop him. Great job on those wings. Still love that figure. Still cherish that figure. Keep that figure safe. Don't want anything to happen to that figure. Those wings. Ah, man, good job. Here's Wolverine. Old school though. Old school. I don't have the X-Men 97 new one because I need his chest. I need the stripe to be like that thick, like it was in the book. I don't want it to be all super skinny like it was on the X-Men 97 one and like it was on the Secret Wars one. That's not I can't do a play day like Robo and paint it and make it right. I need it made right when I take it out the box. And we got Colossus back there and Thunderbird before he passed away. Kid Omega. In the back we got Warpath, so he's right over there by his brother. They never, but that's dope. And then Emma Frost and Husk and Monet St. Croix or M and Banshee. And yeah. I held on to y'all for about 20 minutes though, man. I mean, the other side of the room isn't, because it took me a minute to do this and I was doing other stuff, but just wanted to give y'all a quick little update, man, because there will be more stuff coming in and it's hard to keep this room, even one side of it, up because stuff like this happens all the time. Facts. If you're a collector, you know. All right. It's been fun, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are not subscribed, please do that. It definitely helps my channel, and I appreciate it when you do that. I've got all kinds of stuff on the channel for you to watch, for you to laugh, for you to argue, for you to enjoy. We got music videos. This is like the poor man's MTV. So there's a bunch of stuff on here for you to enjoy. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and get notified so you see everything that we drop on the channel. Thank you for watching. Peace.